welcome back to my channel for some more Demon Slayer episode recap and review. This is Merely Deets. This week I will be covering episode 9 of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Temari Demon and Arrow Demon. So in last week's episode, we left off on an immense cliffhanger. Tanjiro finally got the answer he had been looking for. There is definitely a cure to turning demon back into a human, and not only that, he gained two new allies, Miss Tamayo and Yushido. Miss Tamayo and Yushido are actually good demons who want to destroy Muzan and are working hard to actually create this medicine that'll turn a demon back into a human. Now, even though we got this amazing news and we finally have an answer to how to turn Nezuko back into a human, we left off where the two demons that Muzan had sent after Tanjiro, the Arrow Demon and the Temari Demon, actually found the gang. So the Temari Demon used her Temaris to bring down Yushido's blood demon art, because yes, if you recall in last week's episode, I did mention that the house that they were hiding under was under a hiding spell, and it was a little piece of paper, and that happens to be Yushido's blood demon art, which is that of being able to conceal objects, humans, and even their scents, but he can't fully make them disappear, which was super cool to know that he has this amazing power. And in this week, we start off with Tajiro ordering Nezuko to take the lady that was in the back somewhere safe. Miss Tamayo suggesting that the basement right now is the only safe place. As Nezuko leaves, leaving Tanjiro, Miss Tamayo, and Yushido right there in this battlefield. So as the Temari Demon continues her attacks, Tanjiro is trying to figure out how the balls are moving. There is a point where Yushido does get his head blown off by one of the balls, and Tanjiro starts to notice that they are moving in different ways but without spinning, so he can't pinpoint how she's doing this. As Yushido's head grows back, he tells Miss Tamayo that his blood demon art is still something that is a work in progress, and they should have known better, and the more people that they have with them, the easier it is to trace them. So Tanjiro in this moment feels like, damn, I'm putting them in danger. As this is going on, the Temari Demon actually says that she is one of the 12 Kizuki, which is one of the 12 demon moons. So what the heck are these 12 demon moons? So these 12 demon moons, explained by Miss Tamayo, are actually the toughest warriors that work under Muzan directly, and their powers are beyond. They are the strongest there could be. So this being said, the Temari Demon suddenly grows out 6 arms, and 6 more balls come along with the arms. As Tanjiro finally starts to pick up 2 scents instead of 1, so that means that there is another demon hiding somewhere helping the Temari Demon. As Yushido and Miss Tamayo get hit by some more Temari balls, Yushido calls out to Tanjiro and he tells him, hey, more on Demon Slayer, if you look closely, you're going to be able to see the arrows, the direction that the Temari is actually heading. As Tanjiro tells him he can't see the arrows, Yushido actually does something freaking dope. Coming in clutch, he gives Tanjiro one of his blood demon art spells and gives him his sight. So he throws him a little piece of paper that Tanjiro is able to put on his forehead, and now he's able to detect the arrows, making it a little easier to dodge the attacks that are coming in. With Nezuko coming back to aid the gang, Tanjiro tells her that they better go outside, as he pinpointed where the other demon was hiding. He was up in the tree. So he tells Nezuko to take care of the demon in the tree while he's gonna go take care of the Temari Demon. Heading outside, the Temari Demon actually informs Tanjiro that she is going to take his head to him. And as Nezuko is reaching the demon in the tree, it is freaking awesome. She kicks the heck out of him. This actually causes him to lose control of the arrows, making it easier for Tanjiro to actually get a hit on Susumaru and cut off all of her arms using one of his breathing techniques. And honestly, this looks so amazing animated. They're just killing it with the animation, guys. It looks so freaking beautiful and nice. Going back to Nezuko and the Arrow Demon, although she was able to land some hits on the Arrow Demon actually pushes Nezuko away with his telekinesis arrows, and she lands right by Tanjiro. As the Temari Demon now grows another pair of 6 arms, she intends to kill Nezuko and Tanjiro both right there and then, and the arrow demon actually also joining the battle. Dodging the attacks, Yushido calls out to Tanjiro and he tells him to take care of the arrow demon, and him, Tamayo, and Nezuko will take care of the Temari demon. So as Tanjiro looks at Nezuko and he tells her that he's counting on her, they both go their separate ways as they switch the roles now, and Tanjiro's actually going towards the arrow demon and Nezuko's heading towards the Temari demon. As Tanjiro heads towards the arrow demon, he finally smells the opening thread, and as he is about to land his hit, the arrow demon actually sends one of his telekinesis arrows out, causing Tanjiro to step on it. So once Tanjiro steps on it, the arrow is actually able to toss Tanjiro in the air up and down, and is intentionally trying to smash him on the ground. Luckily, Tanjiro's able to use one of his breathing forms and stops before he hits the ground hardcore. As Nezuko and Yushido team up to get a hit on this Temari demon, Yushido actually does some crazy shit again. Like, oh guys, this guy's power is amazing. He actually is able to turn invisible and is able to punch the heck out of her, and he tells her that he's not gonna forgive her for hurting Miss Tamayo. And when Yaiba hears that this is Tamayo, he actually recognizes her as a fugitive, and now they're like, okay, well, now we're gonna take the Demon Slayer with the Hanafuda earrings and the fugitive. Like, what the heck? Also stating that the other two are going to be killed. As the Temari demon is more like excited now that they're gonna take two heads, she creates more Temari balls and throws them each at Yushido and Nezuko. As Nezuko tries to kick the Temari ball away, she actually gets her leg chopped off, and Miss Tamayo notices that Nezuko isn't regenerating as fast. I think this is due to her not consuming humans, so she injects her with a healing serum specially made for demons. Way to go, Miss Tamayo. Going back to Tanjiro and Yaiba's fight. Tanjiro struggles to get control of this fight. Even though Tanjiro is trying to cut through these arrows, he can't touch them. If he touches them, the arrows take Tanjiro wherever the arrow is pointing to, making him bump into trees, the concrete walls, and eventually trying to get him up way high to make sure that he smashes down on the ground and just dies. So he's trying to figure out a way to actually cut Yaiba's head off. Tanjiro manages to combine some of his breathing forms along with Yaiba's arrows to finally create a force strong enough to decapitate him, and he succeeds, guys. Yes! And this is where the episode leaves us off. There's a couple things that I did want to point out about this episode. Overall, this episode was intense. One thing, of course, that I definitely want to speak on was the animation. The animation is so darn gorgeous and just so perfect. The moment where Tajiro was trying to fight the Temari demon and she kept, throwing the balls, and you get to see the arrows and how they're chasing him around, that scene was so freaking awesome. Not only that, but when he unleashed his form against her in order to cut her arms, that was so pretty, and it was just so beautifully depicted on the screen. As always, the animation is so on point, and it just gets me hyped for future battles. Another point that I did want to point out was the fact that Tajiro and Nezuko's teamwork is so great together. I love seeing them actually communicate and try to figure out and work together, always as a team, as brother and sister, trying to fight these evil demons. I always enjoy seeing both of them on the screen and getting to see, obviously Tanjiro doing his fighting sequences. I thought it was great that we finally got to see him fight what seems to be more stronger demons, but also we got to see more of his forms. I know, like, when he was fighting the arrow demon, he did use a lot of his forms to avoid being, like I said, hurt against the concrete, against the trees, just against the floor. So it was cool to see him, being pushed to his limit, but also not giving up to the point where he was able to decapitate Yaiba, and that was just freaking great. Nezuko as well, Nezuko is coming in clutch. When she got to the battlefield, she actually saw Tamayo and Yushido as her mom and her little brother. So this kind of enraged her more when she was fighting the Temari demon. But it also shows her strength and just her power of will to protect humans. And although Tamayo and Yoshido aren't humans, she saw them as humans and decided, that they needed protection, and I thought that was just really great. The third point that I wanted to point out was the 12 Kizuki, the 12 demon moons. Overall in the series, the demons are the main antagonists. We know that they're evil, we know that Muzan is the main bad juju guy, but as we get deeper and deeper in the series, or as we're getting along, deeper in our story, we are seeing stronger demons. And now we've been introduced to a new term, which is the 12 demon moons, which are literally warriors that serve under Muzan directly, and they have immense power. They are the top dogs, the strongest of the strongest, and if these two are really members of the 12 demon moons, that explains a lot about their powers. Also, which leads me to my fourth point, the demon's powers. So the Temari demon works along with the arrow demon, and together they are able to create so much damage. I just thought it was cool that each of them individually has, their own blood demon art. The Temari's demons actually being the Temaris, using them as weapons, while the arrow demon actually had these telekinesis arrows, which honestly were so freaking cool and great. I thought that arrow power was something really nicely introduced. It's something that I haven't seen before, so I just think it's a really cool power for a villain to have. Not only that, but Yoshido also has blood demon art, and his blood demon art is actually pretty cool as well. He actually is able to conceal objects, people, and their sense. Not only that, but he's also able to turn invisible. As we saw him when he was trying to attack the Temari demon, he actually was able to transform and was transparent, so she wasn't able to see him, and he landed a couple hits on her. So his blood demon art is pretty cool as well. I thought that was a sick power to have. And then one thing I did want to mention that I totally apologize, I forgot it in last week's episode, was that Miss Tamayo said that she also removed a curse. So when you turn into a demon, I'm assuming Muzan's curse follows you or is a part of you. So I'm kind of excited to see how that's gonna work out, and I'm assuming Nezuko doesn't have that curse as well, thank God. But that was something that I did forget to mention that I think is going to be really important throughout this series. So I did want to bring it up, and I do apologize. I totally forgot it last week. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching this review. Although, one demon is down, we still have another demon to defeat. I can't wait for next week's episode. I am stoked to see how this is gonna work out, because by the end of this episode, Tanjiro was super exhausted from using all those forms, and Nezuko is wounded still, so let's see how they're gonna defeat the Temari demon. Once again, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you guys want to see more, please subscribe. And if you guys have any thoughts or comments on the series so far or this episode, what did you think of the Temari demon, the arrow demon? Please comment down below. I'm always open for any discussions. You guys have a wonderful day. Merly Deeds out.